residual views.
Yeah. Not yet, though. Maybe one day.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Masters of the Universe drawing stream. Jeremy, you're gonna need a name for this, right?
I'm gonna need a name
for your live stream. Yeah, for the live stream, you're like, welcome to yada yada. No.
Nope. Nice try, though.
As I'm drawing this, I realize, how does this guy actually, how does his chest move? And you look at the pic, it's like, oh, well, I guess I got to figure that out. So I had my followers on Facebook and Instagram suggest who I should draw from Masters of the Universe. And I put all the suggestions in a hat and drew from the hat Rio Blast. So I'll be drawing Rio Blast. A suggestion from Jason, a mutual friend of ours. Jeremy, you know Jason from Wisconsin.
Do I?
I think you introduced me to him once. He always goes to FallCon and SpringCon.
Jason
collects Masters of the Universe. I think you know. I'm pretty sure you do.
If
that red hair.
Oh my god, I have no idea. I'm drawing a blank.
Maybe you don't know. May I imagine that?
If I do know him, and he's listening, I apologize. If I do know him, and I
hate to put you on the spot like that,
and if he's not listening, then I don't apologize.
I felt like you guys might knew each other from like a Motu message board or something like that.
Oh no, anybody from those days is basically either they're dead to me or
ever falling out. Some controversial Masters of the Universe opinion. And had enough with it.
Had enough. It's like college. Is like those were my college days.
It's like me and any job I've had in the past. I don't see nobody I used to work with or anything like that ever again. It's just goodbye forever. Unless I go back somewhere, you know.
Have you talked to Justin at all?
Yeah, who the hell's Justin?
From Shinders?
Oh, no. Maybe a couple years after working there, I bumped into him at Target. He was in town. He joined the Army or whatever. He was stationed in Germany.
What?
Doing like tech stuff, computer stuff. I don't know the name. You know what they call those guys, the tech dudes.
IT. They call them IT.
Even in the Army, I don't know, but you know, he never had drinking a beer or anything like that. Drank a beer back in the day, and when he was telling me how in Germany, yeah, he started drinking beers and lightening up a bit, you know.
Good boy. He's good. He grew up.
Yeah, you know, you gotta lighten up after a while and just kind of live a little. in my opinion.
I went to school with him for like 2 years, but it wasn't like 2 solid years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I knew him in like
I
fifth
think
grade.
I think maybe I knew that and forgot. Justin, if you're out there somewhere, hello. Hope you're doing fine. We would drive each other nuts sometimes.
Wasn't he from Africa?
Alabama.
Oh, okay. Because there was like somebody else in like my fifth grade class who was like from Africa, and being a young naive kid, 2 and 2 did not add up with him being from Africa.
Yeah. Maybe somebody was messing with you.
No, he was from Africa. It was just
Oh, it wasn't Justin, though. It was somebody else.
yeah, it was somebody else.
Yeah, I saw a couple of movies with them. We saw Spider-Man 3, I remember.
That would make sense, yeah.
I actually like that movie just fine.
It's funny 'cause, like,
It doesn't make me mad. I haven't seen it in a while, but
one of the guys I worked with at Schindler's, him and I went to go see Spider-Man 3.
yeah, that's cool.
It was a terrible movie.
You don't like it, huh?
We were laughing.
I remember liking it.
How like ridiculous it was.
I know that he danced and stuff, but hey, it's a Hollywood movie. A little something there to keep, say you brought your girlfriend, she gets to see some people dance. They like that kind of thing. It's too bad they didn't do a fourth movie.
Yeah, there's a video online about the Spider-Man 4 video game. Like it was made, or it was in production, anyways.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows like I don't know how to like this. I don't know video games, but
yeah, like the it was
the skeletal work was all there.
Yeah, like yeah, and then what they were expecting to have, I forget what the characters were. Lizard was set up, so I think he was going to be the villain.
Well, they always wanted Vulture, and I think Vulture was going to be the villain. But Lizard has always been like teased at being in the movies in some way.
Or no, I said Vulture. Yeah, I meant Lizard.
You said Lizard.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
So Vulture was set up
Yeah.
in Spider-Man 3?
Yeah. Or Spider-Man 4. No, hang on. What are we talking about?
I don't know. I'm lost.
No, Lizard has always been like mentioned in some way in the movies. Like
yeah, because they had Connors.
Connors was in the first one, and then in the second and third one, he's actually a character. There.
What'd you think of Lizard in that Spider-Man movie?
I hate them. I hate that movie.
I hate it too. I thought that was bad, but man, the second, I didn't hate it at the time I saw it, but when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, oh my gosh, I thought that movie was so bad.
Well, two was an improvement, but not by much.
To me, it wasn't. I thought it was worse. And Garfield as Spider-Man, like the way they characterized him, like he was a cool guy and not a nerd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole time. He was never Peter Parker, really. He's this cool guy, tall. Just a little too tall. Like, I'm sorry, if you're that tall, you don't really have women problems in high school or anything.
Like he would have been.
Chicks
He would
just
have been a
flock to
good.
you.
He would have been a
He's
good.
too good looking,
Fucking college Spider-Man, not high school Spider-Man,
Yeah, or even adult Spider-Man.
which is basically college Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? This guy might have shell casings after all. He's got shells on his belt. But I know what's feeding his. Obviously, the ammunition's coming in through the wires on the back of his forearms. Oh, I hear the boy. He probably hears me talking. What's going on? He does not leave my side. We is pretty tight. Actually, still trying to stay up late so I can get some more time to draw. I only get to draw when he's sleeping lately, so he takes a nap, and that's my time for making art. At least lately, that's what's been going on. Sometimes I get carried away doing the layout, and just sitting here roughing stuff in forever. I could just be going to finish pencils. I think I enjoy the process of roughing it in.
Ugh.
I think I'm kind of doing a combo of his classic look and whatever new figure this is I'm looking at.
From the classics.
Yeah, classic with a little bit of. I don't know which figure this is.
That's from the classics.
It's a newer one.
Yeah, that's
this newer one.
That's what it's called. It's called Masters of the Universe Classics.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
But it's not really the classic one, you know what I'm saying?
There's vintage or original, and then that line is called classics. just like the late 80s 90s version, the one where he's in space, that line is called He-Man. That's He-Man.
Oh my gosh, this is getting too complicated for me now.
It's not that complicated.
You lost me.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid, it was all He-Man to me.
No, it's not. It's Masters of the Universe.
When I was a kid, it was all He-Man.
Well,
like, I'd just call it He-Man. I was, 5 years old or something?
get up
And younger.
Get up with the rest of the world here. Elevate yourself. Or go back to your third world country.
Yeah, I don't want to make any Motu fans mad at me. But hey, I've been there since the beginning. You guys...
You've been there since 1982?
83, pretty much.
That's not the beginning.
My earliest memories are... Well, my beginning.
Oh, when it's convenient for you. Got it.
I guess you're right. I'm not old enough to be there from the beginning, but...
Okay.
I remember watching the cartoon. It's probably some of the earliest memories of TV I have. It is the earliest memories of TV I have. I think soap operas were on. My mom would watch some soaps. and I'd catch the end of this like Days of Our Lives, and I'd wait that out, set up a pillow and blanket in front of the TV, and sit and watch He-Man.
And the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, like I said, I called it He-Man all the time. It's
Ugh.
like no kid's gonna be like Masters of the Universe. What do you think about Kevin Smith? The Kevin Smith Show. I know it's not out yet, but are you hyped for that?
No, I'll be hyped when I start seeing stuff for it. I'm not gonna do blind hype for it.
I tell you this much: after watching Jay and Silent Bob, whatever, the latest one reboot, my expectations are extremely low. You know what I like about Masters of the Universe is that they haven't done a movie of it yet, and they haven't really. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that for a moment. But you know, they haven't brought it back yet. So they haven't ruined it yet. But I'm worried Kevin Smith is going to come back and ruin it. Because it's cool. Like, I'd rather just have nobody touch it, you know what I'm saying, than have somebody screw it up.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Because, it's fine how it is right now. It just has toys, like cool toys when I was growing up.
Well, he's already throwing his daughter into it, so.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is she's probably some major role in it.
No, she's like some nobody in there, I think.
That should be Tila or something.
No.
Evil Lynn was a suggestion, but her name did not get pulled from the hat.
I thought that's what you were gonna do, though.
What?
Evil Lynn.
By random chance. Not doing her, doing Rio Blast, which is cool. Maybe on the next Motu drawing stream, if there is ever a next Motu drawing stream.
Oh yeah, there will be others.
Like I said, this subject is, I can stick with this for a long time. Okay, roughen his gun before I get into these pencils here.
Nice.
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey man, what's up?
Oh, not too much. Dang, you guys already got a way awesome head start.
Hey, it's been a while, Matt. I don't know if you remember me, Dan Dahl we went out to eat after a con one time. You, me, Doug Mankey, Gordon Purcell, and Barbara Schultz. I think
wow.
it was like 3 years ago or something like that now.
Okay.
You probably wouldn't recognize me if you saw me right now. I shaved my head bald. I'm wearing some Ray-Bans. I can't tell who the hell I am right now.
Oh, I'm getting there myself, so
Yeah.
I'm starting to get this hippie look. All right, I'm trying to get used to this. I got some weird rigging going on to make this work, so glad I cheated and did the thumbnail first and then blew it up. You guys are way awesome. So how's it going?
It's going.
It's going.
It's going good. So, Matt, who are you going to be drawing tonight?
You see him?
Oh,
Nice.
Stinkor.
Stinkor.
It was a toss-up between. I was like, I like Stinkor better.
Well, my Roboto can challenge your Stinkor.
Is that what you're drawing? I have to look up and
No,
you draw on Triclops, right?
Triclops and Trapjaw.
Oh, and Trapjaw. Ooh.
Yeah. They're a pair.
That's like a sitcom waiting to happen.
Yeah. It's like in Star Wars with Forlom and Zuckuss.
Oh yeah.
I have
I
like a backstory I want to do with them. I don't want to share it, but it's basically a comedy sitcom tragic story.
Yeah, I used to when I was a kid. I had those guys, and they were named incorrectly, right?
Yeah. Do you have that version of them, or did you have that? Version?
I used to have them both. I used to have like two of the blonde guy. Is that technically Zuckuss?
Yeah, Zuckuss was like the fat bug looking guy.
In the like trench coat, right?
Yes, and then Forlom was basically like a gray C-3PO with the bug head.
Yeah, I think I had two of each actually when I was a kid. Now that I think about it, this is people at Christmas be like, "Hey, I got you this," and you're like, "Oh, I have that already." Now I've only got Forlom, the gray one. I had all my Star Wars toys stolen from me by another kid when I was like 8.
Aw.
Like most of the figures, I'd say 3/4 of my collection.
That sucks.
So I've been slowly gaining them back.
I think I had some of my superhero toys stolen from me when I was like, I don't know, 6th grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've looked everywhere for them. I cannot find them.
In 6th grade, like who was stealing stuff in 6th grade? The kids are getting into girls and stuff at that point.
Yeah, I had a group of friends that kind of became shady like later on, and yep.
I just got a kick out of. I was into GI Joe pretty hardcore, even up, into adulthood and stuff. So I still have a bunch of mine. And in high school, came to a point where a bunch of my friends would come over and they'd see my like Joes sitting out on the shelf, and be like, "Oh, I had that Hiss tank, or I had that, boat or whatever," and they would immediately, "You should give me that." I'm like, "You idiot, you blew yours up with firecrackers. Why would I?" No, I'm not giving them to you.
That's funny. I've got a He-Man figure that I've had for like basically what is it? 16 years now. That's had a firecracker strapped to his back. And I'm just waiting to let him loose one of these days.
Is it like the vintage He-Man? You're just not.
No. Do you remember Smash Blade He-Man?
Smash what?
Smash Blade from the 2002 series?
No, I don't.
It was the one that was like it clogged the shelves.
Oh, he like had some
responsible
weird
for, like,
outfit.
no new figures at retail because nobody wanted it.
Yep, I kind of remember that stuff.
Yeah, KB Toys had a bunch of them, and I got them all for like I think $1 a piece. So I've got like 17 of these things, I think, and one of them it has a firecracker strapped to his back,
waiting for his final reward.
Yes. One of these days.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to take some liberties on this costume because it's a little weird.
I remember when I was a kid, I had a friend who come over play with my He-Man toys, and I'd catch him. I'd have to tell him to stop more than once, chewing on my He-Man, on the head of my He-Man toy, because they were rubber heads.
Yep.
Oh, it pissed me off so bad. The fact that he kept doing it, I'm like, you fucking. I was mean to my friends as a kid. I have to admit, I was kind of a prick. But you don't chew on another guy's He-Man toy.
I had Manny faces. And at one of my birthday parties, we had a bunch of kids over, everybody's all, playing around with different stuff I had. And so one kid took my Manny faces and he was playing with him over in the corner and didn't really realize that he had chewed all the fingers off except for the middle finger. So my Manny faces was permanently kind of sour.
How do you do that? Because I think that figure has like really hard arms.
He chewed them. I think I still have it, but he chewed it. Yeah, they were, because his hand wasn't like that. Wasn't like the traditional He-Man. It had some like a little bit of grip to it.
Yeah,
It's it's wrong to chew another man's He-Man or another kid's He-Man toy, but I understand it too. At the same time, it's so chewable. It's just this rubber thing.
they are. Like my He-Man has shoe marks on him from a dog, and I think
sure.
his left hand is missing 2 or 3 fingers.
Yeah, you can only be so mad at someone. Like, I guess it's like, I get it. I just wish I'd chewed it before you did. I mean,
I wish I'd taken.
if it was going to get chewed, yeah. If someone had to chew it, I wish it was me. But oh well.
You were talking about earlier about your firecracker strapped to the back of who was it? Which He-Man? Oh, that
Smash Blade He-Man.
Smash Blade. So this might be revealing too much, but he's not here. So Pat Gleason, he had when he was younger, took my Lando Calrissian that had the disguise.
Oh yeah.
And he melted a firecracker to his face. Just we were blowing up Hot Wheels cars, and I kept him in an old Star Wars lunchbox. And I also had some of my old, the leftover Star Wars guys that weren't stolen from me. They were in there, and he thought that was fair game. So he just.
Was Lando wearing his disguise though, or
No,
was he wearing?
It
the
was
helmet?
just his face. It just strapped it to his face.
So he
I'd
was not
lost the
wearing the
helmet.
proper protection then.
Yeah, I'd lost that a long time ago.
I have the RoboCop figure that Kenner made,
Oh yeah,
and I lost his helmet like right away.
Dude,
is that
that
the one where
figure
you put
was
the caps
dope.
in?
What's that?
Is that the one that you put the caps in?
Yes.
I have him.
Like I had just got him at a garage sale, and I lost his helmet through like my window, and I went outside to go find it, and I could not find it for like whatever reason. It was like it should have been right there, but it was gone.
Like when you were a kid.
Yes.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh well.
All right, we're drawing these Masters of the Universe dudes. What was your first Masters of the Universe dude?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I had all of them as a kid. Pretty much
Well,
all of them. Every time I see a figure, I say, "Oh, you know what? I had that one. I had that one. I had that one."
Oh,
I
how
got
old are
spoiled.
you guys?
36.
36. Okay. I'm 44. I got my first one was He-Man.
It's a good starting point.
Well, that they were brand new at the time.
Oh yeah.
And I was like 6 years old, and Mom was on vacation, And she calls me up before she came home, and she's like, "Hey, I got you that Castle Grayskull thing that's on TV." I was like, "Oh, yeah." I was into Star Wars at the time, and I was thinking, "What am I going to do with this castle?" You know, it's like, okay, that's cool, I guess. You know, not thinking that parents don't really pay attention to stuff. You know, thinking, you know, she was being legit, but when she showed up, she gives me He-Man. I was actually kind of relieved by that, because I was not sure what I would do with this castle, because I wasn't as imaginative, I guess. This was my initial thumbnail. I don't know if you can see him on the screen. I drew this little, like, try to get the pose down. I'm like, I'm not gonna try and draw that big. I'll just blow it up and trace over it.
Nice. Yeah, my original choice tonight was going to be Grizzlor.
He was cool.
Wasn't he technically She-Ra?
No, he was He-Man.
They didn't have any villains for She-Ra, so they co-opted some of the He-Man ones.
Uh,
I had all the... Well, I didn't have all the Evil Horde, I guess. I didn't have Modulok. Is that a guy? That's the guy?
Yep, the red dude.
Yeah. I had all the... Like the main, you know, Leech and Mantana and Grizzlor, Hordak.
I didn't have Hordak until I was in my until recently. I bought Hordak like, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hordak and yeah, I guess it was just the original, however many there were.
I think it was five. It was five originally, if you include Modulok.
Yeah, I didn't have him. I was starting to get into Joe by that time, like pretty hardcore, so it wasn't... I mean, He-Man was cool and all, but he didn't come with like the Killer Whale or the Rattler.
I remember I used to play with G.I. Joe figures like all the time, and I had this Flint figure that was my favorite. I had no idea though what was going on in like the canon of G.I. Joe and their universe. You know what I'm saying? So I had no idea. I caught some of the episodes, but it must have been on at a time of day where I just couldn't catch it, or I don't know what happened. But I think it was on super early in the morning.
Yeah,
and I just could never.
It
was super early in the morning, and I always had to go to school or something. I just could never catch it. But Flint was my favorite growing up.
So what was wrong with the canon? Because he's had a girlfriend?
What's that?
What did you have a problem with? You didn't know the canon? You didn't know he was dating Lady J?
He was? Flint was?
Yeah.
Hey, see, I still don't know a lot of G.I. Joe stuff. I had some exposure to the like G.I. Joe issue 1 and Snake Eyes' origin. You know, obviously Snake Eyes was the bomb. But I think something happened to my Snake Eyes figure. So Flint became the new number one. I used to love watching action. Yeah, I used to love watching action flicks. I just kind of be making my own little action movies out of them, kind of thing in my head, you know.
Oh yeah,
lots of fun.
Did you see the new G.I. Joe figures they're putting out?
The 6-inch ones?
Yes.
Yeah, those look pretty neat.
Are you gonna get any?
I might. Well, depends. It's, you know, work-wise, if I have a job, I'm trying to keep my spending on toys and stuff down. It's killing me. Trying to be responsible. Although I did buy the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Couldn't resist it. I haven't even watched the show yet, so I don't even know.
Oh wow,
It's terrible.
Is it?
No.
Let's try.
it's extremely good. It's the best Star Wars thing, in my opinion.
Since the original, or just period?
I think period. As far as I like the original. I think I caught it when I was like 10 or 11. We had it on VHS and recorded off of like cable, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not the official releases.
That's how we had it too.
Yeah, we just had stacks of VHS cool movies, and I checked it out after playing Super Star Wars for Super Nintendo. So whatever year that was, it's the same year that Wayne's World came out on VHS. I remember that.
Yeah.
92?
Yep. That would have been the year.
So, you know, I mean, back then it's like you like Star Wars, say in 1992, but what do you do about Star Wars after that? You wait until, what, 99?
Yeah, well, they had the,
Or when was the movie?
Yeah.
that was the prequels.
Yeah, the prequels.
But they had the special edition 97.
Yeah, 96. End of 96 was when I got into Star Wars. Because I was sick one day and I found, like my copies of, or my parents' copies of their bootlegs that they had recorded off the TV. And, I watched it and that was it.
Watch like the FBI show up at my parents' house and he was bootlegging. Send a SWAT team.
So have you guys known each other a long time, or?
I'd say yeah.
I don't. We met when I was working at Schindler's, right?
Yeah.
And that was
wow.
like 2002 or something. 2003. Gosh, has it been that long? No, 2005. I don't know. It was whenever Spider-Man 3 came out. Around that.
Well, we were
maybe,
both working there when Spider-Man 3 came out.
Yeah, I remember good times working there. I mean, pay sucked, obviously, and it would get really boring sometimes. But it was a good gig.
I dated a girl who worked at the Schindlers in New Hope.
Yeah, New Hope Crystal.
2000. Yeah, like 2000. She didn't work there long. I think it was just a summer.
I probably saw her actually, because that used to be my Schindlers. Then I ended up moving to South St. Paul. So the Schindlers I worked at was Inver Grove Heights, but
okay. Yeah, I lived in Inver Grove.
Growing up, I'd always go to the Schindlers in Crystal, New Hope,
Yeah, she probably worked there.
So you knew Pat Gleason growing up, huh?
Yep.
Where did you grow up?
I lived in.
Because isn't he from up north?
Oh, he lives in up north now, but at the time we lived in Forest Lake. I lived here from 86 to 92, and then I moved back to Alaska for a few years, and then I came back here. I was an adult.
And before this COVID thing happened, I was supposed to go to a con in Alaska this year.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, Arctic Con.
I think I've heard of it.
Might still be going. They might still do it in October.
Okay.
I've never been to Alaska, but I bet it's quite memorable, beautiful. You know, I was excited about it. And I just had to pay for my plane ticket. And they were going to have a hotel and ride from the airport and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, but no. I don't know what's going to happen. Gosh, I don't really want to say because I feel like I'm going to jinx it, but I might not be able to go this year if they do it at the end of October. Initially, I thought I could, but I found out about another commitment. I might have to be somewhere. I don't want to say because I don't want to jinx it. It's yeah. I'll just shut up. But I would miss it for a very important reason. Family matter.
Oh, okay.
Man, what have I done with the anatomy on this dude's forearm? I don't know. Something went wrong here.
Unfortunately, my setup's so janky I can't see you guys. I have to have the phone aimed down.
That's fine. You can watch the replay.
Be like, dang, those guys were like.
You can be like, dang, those guys can't draw worth shit. What am I doing?
Oh no.
I can't.
I caught a glimpse as I was setting it up. I'm the one feeling out of my league right now. I've been drawing nothing but squirrels for like years. Let's see, like 2 years.
Yeah, when I was talking to you or doing a book about a bear character, I forget the name of it.
The Great Big Pissed Off Bear.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's not the one I'm always working on that on some level, but I'm doing a book for Dark Horse.
Oh, wow.
So it involves Viking squirrels. It just seems like that's been my life I forget how to draw, humanoid characters.
Squirrels are cool. I don't think I've ever drawn one in my whole life, though.
Well, I drew them cartoonish. It's kind of. I think the initial idea was it was supposed to be similar to like Mouse Guard or something. Kind of catch that wave of popularity. But that was how many years ago?
Wrong when I met Jeremy.
Yeah.
That guy made bank, though, I bet, huh? That was very popular.
Supposed to be a movie at some point.
People were asked. I remember working at Schindler's. People would ask for it all the time. Like, this is what we got. I don't know. Can't say I ever read it.
I did for
you
a
can't
while.
find it. You couldn't find it at the time.
Yeah. I did for a while. Alrighty. It's showing that I haven't drawn humans in such a long time. Luckily, I picked a character that's all in black, so
it looks like you're doing just fine to me.
I'll. Thank you. I will Fudge it when I can. It's been a long time.
Yeah, like one thing is I forget not to admit to weakness. I draw attention to the things I'm not drawing well. So I shouldn't have mentioned that. I think I might be screwing up his forearm a bit, but
He's got a shield, but I gave him some weird knife because reasons. It's like that's all he had was a shield. Remember when I got this toy the first time? I was in the car with my mom and my grandma, and he
What's that
smells.
smell?
yeah.
Yep.
He's like, he
It's
really
patchouli.
stinks.
And I was so excited. My mom's just like, I hate that smell. It smells like hippies.
Yes.
Like hippies.
Hippies are old
Patchouli.
ladies.
The other one that smelled, didn't Mossman have a smell to him?
Yes.
And he had a
Yeah.
cool texture.
I didn't have Moss Man.
What?
I wish I did. I had Beast Man. Same
That's close
thing.
enough.
You know, I caught something on YouTube the other day. They had a monkey character that Jeremy, I'm sure, knows what I'm talking about. What's his name? That they didn't actually make in the first
Oh, Gygor.
Gygor. Yeah, he was
The orange or the yellow green.
yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, they made him in the classics line, didn't they?
Yes.
The expensive line that nobody could afford.
What?
I couldn't afford that. I wasn't
Oh.
going to spend $50 on a He-Man figure.
Well,
I
they
just
didn't,
spent.
they didn't become that price until like later on.
Yeah, I just spent most of my life spending like $4 or $5 on them. I'm not. I have a few. I got Merman up here.
I saw some figures at FYE.
Wait, which merman?
And-
was that? Throw it up. Oh yeah. Yep.
Merman was one of my favorites when I was a kid. So
He is mine too.
But yeah, I saw
Yeah,
some
Skeletor.
figures at FYE, and they were like the original ones, like redone. Well, not redone. They're like the same thing, same packaging and all that. They were
Mhm.
$20, $20 a piece.
Yeah, that's
I was like, dang, what the? They were what $3
I
back
thought
in the day, or
with inflation and everything. Yeah, kind of. Plus, you're marketing to a crowd, to a smaller
to an
crowd.
adult, to somebody with money, probably. Yeah.
So costs are probably are high now.
Yeah, Becky got me those ones for Christmas one year. I got He-Man and She-Ra and Skeletor and Hordak out of that set.
Recent. Yeah.
That was like a couple years ago. I tried to get Pat to come in. He almost did. And then
Tonight?
he's got stuff with his kids. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That would have been.
I said I was gonna be doing this. He's like, "What time?" I was like, "Maybe I'll join in." And then he's like, "Oh wait, I got stuff with my kids." So, like, all right, whatever. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to get this rigging to work. That's what it's part of my problem getting in here. I'm not as technically advanced as some of you all are.
Oh, you should see my setup. Pretty bad.
You have a tablet?
No, I've got a cheap $30 camera from Office Max.
Oh. You have your computer set up to it, or
Yep.
so See, I
But
gotta
it
do something.
still looks pretty pathetic.
I gotta do something like that. I just don't, because I can't see what you guys are doing. I have to sit here and look up like that. All right, where are all my templates at? Maybe I'll just not have to wing it. I can't. I'll work on him. Forget the time. So you guys holding up in the pandemic?
We can't say the C word on here, though.
You already said the C word earlier. You just
I
didn't
did?
I
let
didn't.
the team do it.
I did?
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You're lucky we're
The
still
coop.
right now.
The cuckoo. What
It's
do
like-
they?
What's that?
What can we call it? What do they call it on like some of the live streams?
Oh, I have no idea. But it's I told you what happened last time, right?
No.
Yeah, Dan and Tom were talking about it, and next thing I know, like the feed was short.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to appeal to get it to get it brought back.
So what do they do? They just clip it out. They don't
No,
warn you. They don't.
They stop your video and they say that it violates the terms of services.
Oh, while you guys were up and recording?
Yes.
Oh. So I don't know how any of this stuff works.
I don't know either.
I'm not. Pat and I have talked about doing like YouTube stuff and getting in on that, but it's still pretty new. He's got more of the techno stuff. He can be the guinea pig. All right, Stinkor. Let's right up your little microphone. So I saw you're drawing Triclops and who else did I see?
Trapjaw.
So you're each drawing one of those guys.
I'm drawing those two. Dan's doing Rio Blast.
Oh, Rio Blast. That's who I saw when I first came in. I had that guy.
You know what I used to do with the G.I. Joes was take them apart and swap body parts with each other.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys ever do that? You make your own
Yeah.
custom figure?
I didn't have G.I. Joe.
What?
Could you do that though?
Yeah,
Yeah, they have a
how you need a
screw in the
screwdriver. Yeah. I don't
But
think it
you-
was a hexagonal or anything, was it? Was it a like a?
It was a Phillips head, yeah. Just yeah, because like the only reason I figured it out is because I had to repair them. They're what do I have nearby? I have toys all over around me, so I can find one for you. I have.
But Jeremy, you never did that?
I didn't have
You didn't know
G.I. Joe.
no, you didn't know nothing about that.
I know about the O-ring snapping all the time.
Yeah, you could take that screw out, and then you can hatch them, and then there's a little looks like a clothes hanger hook that holds their legs together that feeds up through their hips and
Yeah.
change out their rubber band. But you can, if you take them apart, you can be like, oh, Snake Eyes needs a face. I'm gonna put Duke's head on him.
Oh yeah, I used to have Flint. He used to go undercover and infiltrate, and then he'd do the big reveal. He'd take off the helmet of, gosh, I think his name was Heatwave. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But it'd be like, ta-da! You guys thought I was a Cobra, but I'm G.I. Joe. See, I'm Flint. Haha, you know.
Ha ha! I have fooled you all.
I go through the whole process of swapping the head out and all that.
Oh yeah, it's
just for that, just to have that moment.
Same thing with just the reveal.
Yep.
It's the same thing we always did with our Transformers. We'd take like an hour to transform some of the big ones, and you'd sit there and make the noise the whole time. Run out of breath halfway through.
Jeremy, you're cruising, huh?
For now. I'm sure I'll hit a lull here pretty soon.
Becky just snuck in and stared at my. Would you say it looks like crap?
Yeah.
Well, of course it does. It's trash.
Yeah.
Becky says hi, guys.
Hi.
Yo.
Is Becky going to draw with us someday?
I don't know, maybe. I have to try and convince her. She probably wouldn't know what He-Man's to draw. Although I'd be really, kind of anxious to see how she would draw like Teela, the sorceress version with the snake head.
Sorceress.
Nice.
Or the sorceress? You'd draw the sorceress? Would you do one of these live streams if we ever did another one?
Well, I don't know. Sure.
So if we do another Masters of the Universe, you'd want to do the sorceress.
Yeah. It's hot.
She's hot. So if we ever do Masters of the Universe, guys, Becky's in. She'll do the sorceress
Yay.
because she's hot.
How do I go private, damn it?
I don't remember the sorceress. Is she a good guy or a bad guy?
She's that bird lady.
Okay, no, yeah, okay.
Okay.
She is totally hot. The sorceress is totally hot. Probably the
She was
hottest.
the
Well, I don't know. Evelyn is also hot. I don't know. I guess it depends on.
Evelyn is very hot.
You know, if you like good girls or bad girls on that day.
the original sorceress was actually supposed to be Teela. She was like when she had the snake hood on.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And she was green.
Yeah, they'd make her green. I have a whole book on like the history of the art of He-Man or something. Where is it? It's down here somewhere.
The one that Dark Horse put out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tim Seeley wrote it, or his brother wrote it, or something. Them Seeleys, they were in charge of it, I think.
Yeah, that would be Tim.
I worked with him at Dead Dog Studios back in the late 90s, early 2000s. If you guys ever remember them.
I do. They were like one of the first people I bought a print from back at like one of my first shows.
Oh yeah? Which print did you buy?
I don't know. It's somewhere around here though.
Was it a woman?
I think it was like a team of stuff.
Okay. I did a pinup for them of one of Tim's characters called the Libertine, and they ended up using it in Wizard World Chicago like as a big banner. I was like, I wanted
that's
that
cool.
banner. And they never gave it to me. Lifetime ago. This guy this is just a repaint of Merman. Does he have a nose?
Yeah.
He sort of has like no nose.
A merman with mecha neck armor.
Yeah. Is that Mechanic shield? Whose shield was that?
That was the shield that came with Castle Grayskull.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late.
But it came with him too. This blue one.
Yeah.
What up, Tom?
How's it going, Dan?
It's
I
going
don't know.
pretty good.
And we have Lord Beef.
All right, hang on. I'm the one who's roboing here. All right, I'm gonna plug my phone in somehow.
How is Lord Beef doing?
He's roboting right now.
What do you mean by roboting?
Yeah, it's me.
It's technical sound issues.
Oh, I see. Well, sorry I'm late.
Is
I
that
may not
better?
be able to join you guys in the theme as much as I wanted to because I really need to work on these sketch cards. So I thought you guys would not mind if I dropped in just to chat.
Yeah, come on in.
Although I really did want to participate and do this because I wanted to draw Stratos and Merman and Sorceress.
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 All right. And
We were just talking about
Oh, Lord
her.
Beef is Matt. Hey, I didn't know Matt was Lord Beef.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
That's going. I could barely hear you, so I'm gonna drop out and come back in. Is that all right,
Sure.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Is
Hang on just a second.
it's. Can you? Because I'm roboing like crazy.
You want me to kick you out?
Oh, where was
I brought like a mask and I can look at
Hey,
You're welcome.
thanks so much, Joanne. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I know.
Take care. Yeah.
Dan, how's your sound?
I hear everything fine. Am I
Okay.
sounding okay?
Yeah. It just got like really, really quiet because I kicked Matt and then I muted Tom. And then your end was super silent. I was like, oh no, what happened?
I'm all focused here. One of the important parts of the drawing.
All right, you're back.
Yeah. Did it get any better while I was gone?
I'm back.
Uh,
Did the sound get any better while I was gone?
Oh, like I don't notice anything on the sound end. Tom just has like a
Okay, hopefully it's just on my end.
I can hear Matt.
Do I sound clear? Because everybody sounds robo to me.
yeah. You're clear.
Yeah, you sound good to me.
Must be just on my end then. Hopefully it's not screwing up your feed.
No, you're fine.
No, you sound fine, but I'm kind of concerned that it might be very annoying if all you hear is us talking like robots to you.
Kind of concerned that it might what?
Concerned that all you hear is robot voices. Wouldn't that be annoying?
I already kind of sound like a robot, so
Yeah.
it could be.
Well, I'm eating dinner in front of you guys.
Robots in disguise.
I'm drawing a robot. This dude's totally a robot, right? Or is he part human?
He's human.
Because man, he's got robot guts. He's got gun guts.
Who are you drawing, man?
Real Blast.
Do I know that character?
Maybe if you saw him in a better drawing, you'd recognize him.
He came out later on.
Okay. I was starting to question my own He-Man fandom here.
I know Jeremy will get mad at you. Don't do it.
So, Jeremy, you've got Lockjaw and
See, I was
Triclops.
calling everything He-Man and not Masters of the Universe, and
Loki.
that ain't cool.
Wow. I was one of the OG. So, all you guys that come after and say Masters of the Universe, you guys are the followers. I call it whatever I
That's
want.
what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say too. Like, hey, I've been here. It was called He-Man when we were kids. We didn't call it Masters of the Universe.
That's right.
Who's gonna say all that? Even
Me?
today, it's too much work.
We didn't refer to it by its surname.
It's slave name.
Well, then they actually, yeah, you're right. They did a cartoon that was called He-Man. That was like a revamped. Am I remembering that right?
Well, actually, the toy line was called He-Man. The TV show was called The New Adventures of He-Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Transformers.
They didn't have any of the morals at the end of the story, though.
The New Adventures didn't?
Oracle.
They were
The
just
New
like,
Adventures,
well,
they didn't have the morals, did they?
I don't remember.
You know,
they're just like, well, kids, shit
Oracle learned a
happens.
valuable
See you next
lesson.
week. Shit happens. Life's random. See you next week.
Oracle learned a very valuable lesson about not trusting strangers in vans.
Yeah, I don't remember much of the He-Man public service messages or whatever at the end. Remember G.I. Joe had them, of course. Like, how can you forget those?
Yeah, it'd be
He-Man
like,
had 'em, I just don't
Knowing
remember
is half the battle.
oftentimes it'd have nothing to do with what actually happened in the episode, right? Isn't it? Was it just shoehorned in all the time? Like,
Transformers never had any, though, I don't think, right?
I remember being like 5 or 6. Like,
Shipwreck learned, you know.
I remember thinking when I was a kid, like, they're getting a little preachy here. I don't know.
I remember
Whatever, man at arms, I'll eat what I want.
when
Like, you don't know me, He-Man. You don't know me.
you ever watch Different Strokes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like towards the end
what-
of Different Strokes, they started to do more episodes where they were starting to do more like issues and stuff like that. Like
Oh,
problems,
yeah, I think
like real life problems and issues. Whereas opposed to when it first started, they were like just nothing but goofy comedy, like sitcom.
Didn't
When
the
I'm-
brother get addicted to drugs on the show, and then he got
Something
addicted
like
to
that,
drugs
and
in
then,
real
like-
life?
Yeah, and then, I know, right? Life imitates art. Like there
Yeah.
was one where like Kimberly was hitchhiking, and then she got kidnapped, and she was about to get raped,
Oh.
Ahead of time.
and then they made a like a little at the end of the 2-part series. I think it was 2 parts.
Can you hear it?
Is that Becky?
Hey, Tom, Becky says hi. She's listening
Hey.
in the other room.
Hey, Becky, how are you?
she's
So anyway, so Different Strokes
she
had
walked
that.
in and playing it.
How come she's not joining in on the stream here?
She wasn't invited.
'Cause
Oh.
this is the He-Man Women Haters Club.
Oh no, is this a boys only club?
I also used to watch The Little Rascals. I remember watching that a lot when I was a kid.
There you
No,
go.
Rascals.
The old black and white.
Holy
They had
crap!
3 Stooges on afterwards.
Holy
I am
crap.
that old.
Did you watch? Did you watch Charlie Chaplin like silent?
Laurel and Hardy.
You're like,
Uh,
I thought I was old watching like Benny Hill.
I watched that too, actually.
Oh my
I
god!
honestly did. I honestly did. As a kid, I watched that. It's on PBS. It's great stuff. I was attracted to women from a very young age too.
But now you're not.
I grew out of it.
You moved on.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing with this dude's hair? I'm getting a little lost on this side.
Are you guys inking these too?
I don't know. I'd like to, but I don't think I'll be able to get going on that.
Because last week we went to like what? Like past 9 o'clock.
This is like the
Yeah,
first one I've
3
been
hours.
on.
Thanks, Dan.
We were waiting for you.
Oh yeah. Well, still, thanks though.
You're welcome. For other things, I'm sure.
You should have told me to stop.
No. I'm really lost on what to do with this dude's hair on the other side of his head.
Well, you normally know what to do with other dudes' hair.
Do you have a ponytail?
I shaved my son's head bald like I did myself this week. I've never given a haircut before. I did not do a good job. I thought the wife was going to be pissed, but she took it all right. It was like, all
This is my COVID hair.
Ah.
You're not supposed to say that, Jeremy?
Uh-oh.
Bye, everybody. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Don't let the just stop will get you.
I said Copic.
There you go.
Yeah, YouTube, get us for that one.
So Rio Blast was totally an original sculpt. Huh?
Yes.
He seems like it. He seems
there's like
almost
no
He-Man-esque because of his hair.
I had that guy. His head, you could hatch his chest open, and some guns came out.
Yeah, he's badass. He was one of my favorite figures as a kid. You know, I had the Ghostbuster playset, but I only had one Ghostbuster figure. So
Well, you can go to Walmart now and you can get remakes of the old ones. Did you see those?
Melissa McCartney.
No. Like the old real Ghostbusters action figures that Kenner made.
Didn't they have one where it was a toilet seat that came to life?
Yes.
Try to kill you. A haunted toilet seat. My friend had
Haunted
that.
toilet.
Yeah, based on a true story. I tell you, speaking of haunted toilets, I went and got canes today.
Oh, I drove by Canes today.
I decided, I don't know, I just had a hankering for it for like the last 24 hours. So I just like, you know what, I'm going to wait in line. I don't care.
It's good shit, man.
Some canes.
It's good shit.
Not today. Not today. I had a bad experience. I got the Caniac combo. It's like 6-piece. I don't know if you get 2 breads, but you get the coleslaw. You know, and
What time of day did you go?
dude, we went at like noonish.
Okay.
No, yeah, it was almost 1. I remember now. And if we had gotten there just 2 minutes later, we would have been. The line doubled.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was insane.
We drove right by there today, and you know, like every time I drive by, like my wife is like, "Oh my god, it's like the line is this busy again." And then I was telling her last week when I was driving by, like I had to like jump the line just to get into the KFC parking lot, where there was like no line,
Yeah.
and I got my KFC right away.
But yeah, they totally screwed up my order. They gave me 4 chicken strips, and you know the 6-piece Caniac combo is like $12,
Uh-huh.
but they gave me 4-piece, no bread, no coleslaw, and the fries were like they didn't hook up the fries, man. They gave me like it was a kid's meal.
What the hell?
I was pissed, and like I didn't realize till we get home. It's like I'm not going back. We didn't get a receipt.
Go back and get in
And,
line.
go back, get in line again.
Was this Apple Valley?
Yeah, that was today.
Oh man.
It really ruined my. I was all excited too. They ruined it.
Poor baby, man.
I know, man. Life is so rough. I wish this
Can't catch a break.
Not
fucking
the brand
pandemic would be
but
over
that
with.
location I've got the hookup at.
Was that Jeremy?
That's the location I've got the hookup at.
That one?
Yeah.
Is that why you go there all the time?
No, I just go there all the time because that's where my comic book store is too.
Oh, nerd! I would have kept that part secret, not say anything, and just went along with because you do like it. Making candy.
I wonder if the other locations are as busy.
Yeah, I don't know. What are the other locations?
I think they got a new one in West St. Paul or a newer one.
That one's been there for a while. There's one in I think there's like 2 or 3 of them in Minneapolis. And there's one north of St. Paul. Like I can't think of
Maplewood or something.
What's that?
Is it Maplewood maybe?
I think they're building one in
Or
Maplewood.
Roseville?
There's one in. Well, just go to their website. I'm not
I look like Google to you?
I got a shill for them.
I got to answer everybody's question about it. Don't you
You
have
took up on your
Google
own
Maps?
sources.
So Matt, what more can you tell us anything more about your squirrel book?
I could barely understand what you guys are saying because the roboing.
Oh no.
Something about squirrels, I heard you.
That's odd. That's too
Trying to
bad.
figure out why it's doing that.
RoboCop is in Mortal Kombat.
Are you using your computer speakers?
Speaking of RoboWing,
No, I'm using my iPhone.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know, for some reason it was working great, and then suddenly just started. I'm hearing you guys all like stuttering, like robots.
Ever since I joined the
Could be maybe Becky's using up all the bandwidth upstairs. Yeah, it was right before you joined.
hey Jeremy, whatever happened to that one dude that was on with us?
Oh, Manny?
Yeah,
Uh,
was he mad that we got a head start?
no.
So he ran off.
I think he's
He's
just
like,
busy,
screw
but
those guys.
I haven't seen him on in our hangouts recently, but I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Magneto. That's what I'm drawing right now. Magneto.
What are you drawing?
Naruto?
I'm drawing Magneto.
Ooh, let's zoom in on it. Oh, cool.
I gotta ink it.
I thought you said Naruto at first. I was like, that's a little weird. I don't imagine any of you guys are anime fans.
No, I used to watch a lot of it when I was in high school.
Yeah,
Like,
I loved it growing up. Me too. When I was in high school, I used to watch all the time.
Like I'm trying to remember like Ninja Scroll and Vampire
Oh, I
Hunter
love
D.
Oh yeah, dude, those are the two top movies right there.
Oh, nice. And then no, the top movie
Ninja
is Legend of the
Scroll.
Overfiend. You know what that is?
I don't remember.
That's like hentai anime.
Awesome.
But it was great. The artwork was great. I thought it was just very adult.
Legend of the Overfiend. I'm catching glimpses, little hints of what you guys are talking about.
Like I gotta see now that I mentioned it. I gotta find it online and watch it again. It's not so much recently though. Like
Good
all
family
the old
viewing.
stuff. Like I don't really know. Like the like people are into like a lot of the Dragon Ball and Naruto and like the My Hero Academia. Like I don't know any of that. Like I feel so out of touch. You know, just give me my Charlie Chaplin.
These whippersnappers and their Naruto.
Just give me my Elvis Presley black and white like old movies before he got fat.
That's no gun smoke.
Well, my dad used to watch that. I want the classic Hawaii 5-0.
I used to watch Brady Bunch. That was before my time.
I'm gonna do Hawaii Five-O headshots only at my cons.
I used to watch a lot of old timey because they were all syndicated back then. I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh yeah,
I used to watch that.
Bewitched. Although I remember watching like the old, I might have mentioned this before, the old Superman, the black and white George Reeves, and being like so disappointed because I had already seen like Christopher Reeves, and I'm like, what the hell is this? But it's like the only thing I could watch, so it's like I put up with it. It's like, well, Superman, I guess. I was high maintenance back then. You know?
Hey, Matt, if you're having problems with your audio, can you try restarting your browser?
Okay.
Did you catch that, I assume?
Yeah, I got it. I'll try that again.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna duck out again.
Okay. See
All
you
right,
in
now
a
we're
bit.
going to change the password. Oh.
Thank you.
Tom, did we discuss who your favorite He-Man character is, or who your favorite Masters of the Universe character is?
No, I mean I like them all quite a bit. I remember like He-Man was probably my first favorite like love as a kid. You know, when I was 6 years old, which is right around what 82 when it came out.
Yeah.
So I loved them all equally. Like whatever my parents could afford to get me, like I didn't complain. Like I remember, I don't remember who my very first He-Man character was, but I remember like I had a stint at the hospital. I had like stomach issues when I was 6. So I was in and out of the hospital quite a bit. And then my parents came in one day on a visit. Like I actually had to stay like nights at the hospital. And then my parents surprised me with a Beast Man. And like that was like the coolest thing to me at the time. Brand new in the box. I had a Merman, I believe. I mean, I like them all. Like even the corny, like less popular ones, I guess you could say, like Ram Man. I mean, I like all of that. So I don't really have a favorite. I guess Man at Arms, I always thought was just kind of hokey. If I had to pick, I don't know why. Maybe it was a mustache that turned me off or something. I don't know. But of course, now being where I am today, I mean, I prefer to draw like the female characters just because it's like my thing. So Tila, Evelyn, Sorceress. That's why I wanted to draw Sorceress because I don't think I've ever seen an attempt at a really like sexy knockout Sorceress. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I like Stratos. I don't know why the Abraham Lincoln look with the goggles. I thought was kind of cool. I guess I take back that Man at Arms comment because he does have his redeeming qualities. But
he's got a club.
Yeah,
I remember he had a club. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But I guess Prince Adam was the least interesting to me because every time I saw Prince Adam, like all I could think of was when he's going to turn into He-Man. So the Prince Adam like part of him never interested me, I guess, as a kid.
Yeah, my favorite was He-Man himself.
I think I liked also Merman because I could do his voice kind of. So just from that alone, I thought like maybe I was destined to like Merman.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you hit us with a merman sound?
Skeletor.
How's the sound, Matt?
I think it's better. I think Becky was her phone when she was listening to it. I think it was doing something.
Oh yeah,
I heard
that kind of messes it up.
I heard Merman. I heard Tom intentionally do Merman now instead of sounding just like him the whole time.
Instead of having a filter.
Yeah. I was telling these guys, Tom, that I've been drawing squirrels for the greater part of a year.
Yeah, man.
So-
You're like the squirrel expert now.
So like drawing humanoid characters is almost foreign to me. So I picked a character that's mostly all in black so that I could fake it easy.
Well, the funny thing is, you drawing the squirrels now reminded me of when I like drew the 4 issues of the adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters.
Oh, sure.
And all I drew was hamsters. And I got like pretty decent at drawing hamsters. So if there's like a
I know,
crash
but you
course, like learning to draw an animal, there you go.
But you got sick of it. I
Oh my
assume,
gosh,
is that-
did I? Yeah, oh totally.
It's like, I miss drawing.
But
people.
like here's the funny thing too, is that with you drawing squirrels and me having drawn hamsters, like we legit have furry cred. like seriously, it's like like the furries is like a big subculture now with like artists
Yeah.
and everything, and like people who dress up and go to like Midwest Fur Fest and all that stuff. It's like, dude, it's like I'm like one of the OG like furry artist guys. No, not OG, but you know what I mean. It's like I've officially drawn furry characters. So, and you too, Matt.
I
And
know.
maybe we can command higher commission prices for furries.
Yours were a little more. Well, I guess mine have become anthropomorphic.
Yeah, it's all the same.
So but yours had like muscles. Mine are just like little gimps.
Yeah. At least I could throw in some human qualities and anatomy to make it not feel so lame.
I did years ago. I was commissioned before I really even knew what furries were. Kid that I knew, he commissioned me and Pat, both of us, to draw his characters.
Yeah.
And they were on that spectrum of furry, and we didn't know that was a thing yet. And then years later, we're like, oh no!
I got a story for
sucked into
you.
that.
Oh, by the way, we have in the chat, other than Grit and Guts, we have RDV. So I don't want them to feel like we're ignoring them. So
Oh, it's
Comment.
okay. You can ignore him.
Man at Arms is great. My brother had most of the toys I inherited since I was the youngest, and I had done the voice. So true story. When I moved into where I live now, this apartment, since this is like an artist's apartment, and
Mhm.
Jeremy, you know this story. There was a guy who lived above me on the 3rd floor, and he is a 100% legit furry and a furry artist. Like that's his thing. But we never formally met, but I knew of him. And so I did some stalking online, just like looked him up, and yeah, he's like a super, like that's his number one thing. Like he goes to all the conventions, he does commissions and live streams of like he's got his own furry characters.
Is that how he's in that building?
I believe so. He moved out. He moved out a year ago, I think, or half a year ago. So never got to meet him. I saw him a couple times, but
Dressed up?
no, but he goes to those. From what I have seen on his social media, he does attend those shows. So They probably got some crazy wild orgies.
Furry street cred.
What character is that you're drawing, Matt? Is that like Skunkor or whatever?
Stinkor, yeah.
Stinkor, yeah, Stinkor, Skunkor. It's a little rusty. I've been out of it. Now, if I remember right, the Stinkor toy isn't the mold of the head basically like the merman base?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
The
then
whole figure is merman except for this
oh,
mecha
okay.
shell. It's got the same hands and feet, and
Yeah.
I also dragged out Clawful.
I remember Clawful.
I was like,
Damn.
why is his skin brown but his face is it's like a mask?
Because they mass produced like the brown skin and they needed to use it. It was in the parts bin, and they had to say,
Probably.
Is Clawful the lobster guy?
Yeah.
I just had him
loved
on screen.
Oh,
Can you guys see the
oh, sweet. Now I see it.
big hand?
Just had to look over.
you know what? We should create a new He-Man character. It's like a big like dog called Pawful. Pawful.
Skeletor's dog.
Pawful and Panther.
He's like a Pawful is like a little like it's like a chihuahua that you can ride. Got a big saddle on it,
His
but
cute looks deceive you. He's
or like what's his name's Battle Pug? It's just this big pug dog.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking
Battle
Mike,
Pug?
Mike Norton.
about. Expect rain on Saturday, tomorrow. Does that mean
What's
no batting practice tomorrow?
Could do tomorrow.
Let's see.
Wedding practice?
Batting practice. The
Oh, I think you
movie
said
said-
wedding practice. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, hell no, not that ever again.
Oh, you're okay. What did you say about batting practice?
I'm trying because the weather says it might rain tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna work tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well,
You still have your job?
You might be out then.
Yeah, I still have my job.
That's not a bad thing, though.
Well, don't sound like that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still employed.
Don't get me wrong, there are some benefits to it, not being employed, but I always wait for that other shoe to drop. Are we supposed to ink these?
You do whatever you want, man.
I'll take a lighter to it and light it on fire.
Perfect.
I have some great like textures. Doing it that way.
Let's see what you guys are doing. You guys are doing a better job than I am.
Oh, you're fine, Matt. You're fine. And just for that,
Mr. Dark Horse Pro here being self-conscious.
I am. I told you I've been drawing squirrels all this time.
and now you're drawing a skunk.
A giant
From
skunk.
one furry to another. Technically a furry, Matt.
He is. He-Mans are the original furries.
No, the original furry franchise might be Thundercats.
Thundercats.
So if there was one toy line out there that would convert you into being a furry, what would it be?
Probably Thundercats, because I love Thundercats, and I had fantasies about Chitara when I was a kid.
So you would be like a thunder bottom cat?
Oh, like if I had to be a furry myself?
No, I'm just saying, like if there was like one toy line that was like, for me, it would probably be Pound Puppies.
More like you getting pounded puppies.
I
Yeah.
had puppy.
You guys.
How about Care Bears? I guess they were the original furries.
Care Bear stare.
Yeah, I think it's strange, the furry thing. You know, have you guys, I mean, I think I met one person that might have messed around with that, or I don't know, but
Messed around. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, should we just go all out and just like rip on fur? No. See, like I try, like when I'm doing like live web stuff, like I always have to consciously like be very neutral
Be
to
be
whoever or
nice.
whatever I'm talking about. But I'm like, who's gonna watch?
Even the furries, but because they make up a large population.
Well, you never know.
But you do have that cred. You don't want to lose your furry credits.
Hey, right. Should we just not care? Let's just go. Let's just go all out, rip on them.
Who cares?
Midwest Fur Fest.
Midwest.
Like-
That one's called.
Yeah, that's a real show.
Oh my god.
And you should apply for your Artist Alley table ASAP.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You know, like seriously though, serious question, you guys. Like, if you knew you could make bank doing furry like sketches and commissions, would you get a table at a furry con?
Yes.
I would too.
Yeah, it totally depends on the money, but yeah. At least once, see what it's like.
Yeah.
Until an incident occurred.
Yeah, that's an experience.
Jeremy, you think this guy has bangs? Real Blast? I don't think he does. He's got more of a. Who's that guy from No Country for Old Men? He's got more of a haircut like that character in that movie.
Anton Chigurh.
What'd you say? Tupac Shakur?
No, and it was Javier Morgan's. Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
His character, Anton Chigurh.
Valerie
Yeah, I like-
Bertinelli?
Who?
Valerie Bertinelli?
Yeah.
That is.
Name sounds familiar. I think that's an old reference.
That's like Eddie Van Halen's old girlfriend. She was on some TV show. Well, I might as well throw up a progress. Right?
Oh, hang on.
Sweet.
Cool.
I might leave like a little area here, so then like I might with the marker make that little, like, his power from his fist or something like that. So maybe
Dude, I
that-
drew the almost the same thing. I had the same idea, Tom. Here you go. It's the same thing.
Oh, yeah. There you go. What's
What
that?
else do you do?
Hey, what's that page? What is that?
This is a commission for Joe, who's probably not watching.
Okay, cool.
6
Omega
characters on
Red.
the sketch cover. Yeah,
I did an-
Sanover, Samurai, Sabretooth, and
Hey,
Ogun.
I did an Omega Red. Want to see my Omega Red sketch card I did? What a coincidence.
Hey, I did the same thing too.
Oh, dude, how long did it take you to do that?
About an hour.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Here's my Omega Red, but it's not colored yet.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
I gotta call it.
Cool.
Matt, do you have a Magneto for us?
No.
Oh,
Okay, I'm drawing him with some bangs. I know maybe that's out of continuity.
is that his Asian friend or his Asian name? Some bangs.
If I was to draw He-Man tonight, like if I wanted to draw along and draw He-Man, like I wanted to give him like actual girl bangs, like in the '90s, where it like puffs out. Like I would do that.
Everyone's concentrating, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm like in the middle of this fancy cross hatching. I can't break my concentration.
I was daydreaming about furries.
Well, I think we know what our next topic is next week. Draw your sexiest furry.
Could you imagine you're in a situation where, well, you're at that con and some furry stuff goes down. I don't know. I don't know. You're just in a situation and you take off somebody's furry outfit and it turns out they're just this super hot chick. And you're like, thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God for what?
Like afterwards, because you don't know
Is that a
who
good thing or a
you're
bad thing?
you don't know who you're, messing with.
Guess.
So it's like you'd be relieved, like, oh, thank God.
That's part of the appeal, man.
It was a hot chick and not some dude or whatever the hell.
It's a hot chicken, not Tom's ex-neighbor.
Yeah. Some tells me hot chicks aren't into the furry thing.
Yeah, I prefer to call it Fury just to sound tougher.
That's the kind I'm into. The rough one.
Dressing up as a fury.
I was on a furry message board, while back because I was going down this rabbit hole and I was like, oh man, this is like crazy. When I was like first discovering that subculture, and it's crazy because they have different subcategories naturally on a forum, like any forum. And one is introduce yourself. I think another one was fan art. Another one was fiction, like fantasies and shit like that. And it's crazy, man. Like some of the questions on it would be like, oh man, what would be your dream like animal, like for like to get nailed by? And then like the responses would be like, or name your top 3. But then like if we say, oh, I think like a horse or a stallion would be like the most powerful. And then like other people would be like, oh, mine would be like a wolf hybrid. I always love like the majesty of wolves under a full moon and just this weird shit, man. It's like crazy.
This stuff is weird.
Freaking horse.
Yeah, it's like, stay away from my dog.
Mine would be like a goldfish. Like the only animal I might have complete power over. It's so funny. Stuff. I just want to stuff goldfish up my ass.
So, I'm still getting the roboing effect, but I caught that.
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect.
That's the next week's theme.
What would Tom look like with a goldfish up his ass?
If we reach out, 30 subscribers, Tom will perform this.
Yeah.
Guys, I just need 50 likes and I'll do this.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get 50 likes. Please share.
You get like 500,000.
Let's get a
Wasn't there something a while back?
week. Otherwise, Tom will stick a goldfish up his ass. Goldfish.
A few years ago, was was there something going around where some chick said like if we get like 1,000 likes or something like that, she'll name her newborn baby Megatron, whether it's a guy or a girl. You see that?
No.
Like that was the thing.
Name it what? Megatron?
Yeah. I'm not shitting you. This is like a real thing back.
Did she name it Megatron?
Yeah. Like she was pregnant. She was about to have a baby, but they didn't know the sex. And like she did this thing for fun, like saying like if we can get like however many number of likes, I will name the baby Megatron. It like went viral like crazy. So she had to name the kid Megatron.
Idiot.
The kid's just like a tyrant on the playground.
Yeah.
We will take the slide.
Is it beautiful?
Oh, what you got?
What am I hearing? So am I hearing like somebody's radio or?
I think that's Tom.
There, he is muted.
Oh, you don't have to mute him. I just.
Oh no, I've been wanting to do that all night.
So like, it must be something to do. The reason I'm getting the robo. Well, Jeremy, talk for a second.
Talk for 1 second.
Yeah, occasionally it's like, it's not as bad when you talk.
I had someone at the door, so.
What? You
It's
have
the
company?
furries.
No, I mean, she was just dropping off some stuff.
It's the furry neighbor. He's back.
Jeez. God, I hope not.
So now you can do it. You got to do a strip of old man neighbor versus furry neighbor.
Oh, yeah. Well, my neighbor is a furry. Like, I'd rather do
Nah.
that. Like, he's so depraved and doesn't have any friends that causes him to just get into some weird shit.
I will try anything.
Try anything. I just want friends.
Hey Tom, our friend that we made at Tomicon,
Friend that we made at Tomicon.
who's connected with the mafia or the cartel.
Ooh, Anthony?
No. The
Just kidding.
the guy who opened up shop like connected to your building.
Yes. I know. What about him?
Is he still open, or do you think he's kind of kicking himself for?
You know, he's on my Facebook. I don't know if he's still open, but I know that the front of his store, like he's added to it, like decorated it with more signs and stuff. So it seems like he's still like working on his store front, but I don't know if it's officially open for business. But you know, that place is kind of like a hangout man cave for him and his friends, anyways. So I don't, I mean, do you want me to ask him?
Well, I just think it's kind of weird that he or just how convenient it is with everything going down, and he paid for an entire year.
Yeah.
It's just like not kind of like unforeseen, not good timing.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think, from what it seems, that he can certainly afford it, so it's not really going to affect him much.
Mikey's going nuts. You guys hear my kid going nuts?
Oh yeah.
Is that your kid?
I might have to go check on that boy. He's being watched, so he's not. Somebody's there with him.
Well, at least somebody's being watched right now.
Yeah, sorry. Have you guys heard him the whole time? Is he just going nuts? I don't mean to be a burden.
I don't know, Dan. I'm not a babysitter.
I wasn't even aware of it until you just brought it up, so it didn't
Good.
bother me.
He's going really nuts. I'm gonna have to check on that boy. He probably misses his daddy.
So Tom, you don't have yours on camera?
My work?
Yeah.
No, because I don't have it set up conveniently to do it. Like Jeremy and Dan like have theirs like on a tripod and all these like fancy cable connections, and I don't. I just have my phone and my laptop. So I just occasionally
Yeah.
progress.
Just pop it in.
Yep. Very low budget here.
Yeah, I got some sort of arm thing that I
Yeah,
got off Amazon, but I don't know if
Yeah,
it works
that's
out
working
well.
all right.
I've just got mine attached to my light. Like, here's my light. It's going across.
No, I mean, if I tinker, I'm sure I'll find a way to do it. But right now, it's just more hassle than it's worth until I have more time to around.
Will you join us in the future someday, Tom?
For what?
With being part of the camera pointed down at the table, people?
Someday.
We're all the future.
I mean, I think like if I were to draw digitally, I could because I could just share the screen. That's probably the easiest way for me to do stuff.
Yeah, the easy way.
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with doing stuff the easy way.
Prove to us that you could still draw organically.
I have been, dude.
Dude.
Dude, I don't have to prove squat.
I tried to get better at drawing digitally. Try to get a little smoother. I still get a problem with those little tails, you know, at the end of the line sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on what software and what tablet you're using.
Yeah, it seems like Procreate is awesome from what I've seen.
Yeah, I don't. I wish I could switch over to Procreate, but I refuse to because they have this very silly thing with layering or with limiting how many layers and limiting
Oh,
the
really?
resolution of your canvas. So like I can't do that. I need tons of layers for some of the work that I do. So
Gotta
that
have
so
layers.
immediately I wrote it off. And Clip Studio, like they have Clip Studio for iPad for 20. I mean, yeah, it sucks. You have to pay $25 a year to do it, but man, it is the exact same as a desktop version. And the Clip Studio does not put any limits. I mean, I pushed that thing with like, oh my god, like so many layers, like well into the 60 layers for like drawings.
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff like
working on a pic where I just realized, you know what? I've got to name these layers.
that. I used to
It just
avoid.
got overwhelming.
Yeah, I used to avoid naming layers because I just thought it was too much of a hassle, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought I could manage, but the deeper you get
becomes-
into it, man,
It becomes a problem
it does.
once you get up to like 20 layers or whatever it is. I actually got some brushes that I like that you had recommended, Tom. I don't remember where I caught it that you recommended them, but some dude made them, and I totally bought them, and they're nice.
For Clip Studio.
Clip Studio, yep.
Oh yeah, the Frendon brushes.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to play with. I mean, there's a way to make your own brushes, but man, I don't have time to tinker and make my own brushes. I'd rather pay
Yes.
a few dollars and just have them all ready for me.
You guys, I'm sure know of the artist. Do I know his name? Jimenez, who's always digital. He does amazing stuff.
Oh, Anthony
he's
Perry.
working on. What's that?
No, it's just
Jeremy, you know who I'm talking about, right? Jimenez, he did the Super Sons.
Phil?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Not Phil.
Is it
Jorge?
It's Jorge.
Jorge. He's an amazing digital artist. But when it comes to paper, he can't. It's not quite. You know, you can tell that he's been doing digital for so long that it doesn't translate back to paper well sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
you
No,
get
I
two
agree.
into
I
one,
think-
and then the other one becomes tough.
Well, I think his digital stuff, he uses a lot of like the
Yeah, a lot of
stuff-
effects. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the digital effects that it's hard to replicate traditionally.
I mean, he totally kicks ass. His art is awesome.
Yeah, it's stuff is great. We should rename our streaming the Misfits that didn't get invited by Jim Lee to contribute.
They've had some buyers back out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like the J. Scott Campbell piece had to go back up.
Oh, yeah.
On
Didn't
eBay.
Jim Lee's piece go back up? Like one of his old.
Yeah,
Like who does?
I mean,
that, you know?
yeah, it's like, dude, I understand it's super expensive, but
And it's like Jesus, you know.
you know that's why I'm not bidding.
Yeah.
It starts getting up to what 20,000 or not, or I don't know how much are they getting up to? Like, 2,000, 3,000. I don't know. It gets up there.
Yeah, I just know I can't afford it. So
Well, you can't afford it, Tom, because you're not believing in yourself. You gotta. If you believe, you can achieve.
you know what?
Jeremy's school of discipline.
Since you put it that way, like I'm a totally new person now.
Good.
He believes in himself.
I can't believe it's as simple as that.
Because you're not believing. You have to believe it.
It's starting to sound like the end of a He-Man episode.
Can you do some like blogs, or can you sell me some online courses? 'Cause I really want to.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna set up a Patreon, and I'm gonna do like 30-second motivational bullshitting on Instagram.
If I wasn't, man, if I was any dumber, I thought you'd be like talking about like someone.
No, it's all me, man. This is
Well, I don't like that version of you. I
this
just
is
like
all
it.
original. Like nothing is stolen.
So I got an idea. Why don't you record like 10 podcasts, right, Jeremy? I'm talking to you, Jeremy.
10.
Okay,
Yeah.
record 10 podcasts.
That sounds like a lot of work. Something I'm totally willing to do.
And well, no. Well, I was gonna say each podcast is literally the same thing. So record one podcast, duplicate it 10 times or 9 times, and then but rename every episode a different name.
I'm totally gonna do that. I'm gonna call it the Fraudcast.
The Frogcast?
Fraud. The Fraudcast.
What?
Fraud. F-R-A-D.
Oh, I thought you said frog.
Christ.
I'm like, geez, I didn't know you got hired by Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fraud.
Human sunbeam.
Same thing.
We're gonna call it the Frogcast.
But then you're implying
It's
that
gonna
you're
be
a
me,
fraud.
the
I
human
don't get it.
sunbeam. Furry. It's a
Another-
furry podcast.
Another known furry.
It's a Fury cast.
Yeah. Cyberfrog's a furry. Yeah.
Yeah. Send me money. Let's make up bullshit online.
I mean, I will. I mean, if you don't shut up, I will send you money. Because I'm that gullible.
So are you monitoring the chat? Is there a
I am.
How do you
Yeah.
guys see? Oh, did it just?
who's
pop
all
up?
in there?
Everybody in the chats had their moment in the sun.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's had anything to say for.
They've all been
Now I
flashed.
see it.
They've all been
I
flashed on screen.
I didn't know I could view what people are saying. Now I got it.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Thank you, Nope42. I wonder if that's the guy Jason, who suggested drawing this guy. How much longer you plan on going, Jeremy?
Till whenever you want to finish or whatever, Dan.
Oh, it's up to me now.
Yeah, it's up to you. Well, it's always been up to you.
Well, that's kind of a hint saying, well, can we wrap this up, Jeremy?
Oh, do you need to wrap up,
not
Dan?
really. No, I was just debating whether or not I want to get into inks. I'm not going to be able to finish it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Just started for fun. Maybe I'll
You know,
try,
the free trial of StreamYard
another
only
character.
gives you so many hours.
So here's the thing. I started doing some Copic stuff. Oh God, my fingernails are long. I gotta cut it. Don't pay attention to my fingernails, guys.
Yeah.
And my light source is totally wrong for the T9. So when I inked it, I drew drop-down shadows from his eyes and his nose and his bottom lip and everything. Yet this light source is coming from his hand, which would not create those shadows. So rookie move, rookie mistake.
I guess you're gonna have to throw it out.
I would too, but who cares? People won't know, man.
So Jeremy, your version of
Oh, Jesus.
Trapjaw and Triclops, are they from the 2002?
They are.
Is there a little more techno?
I'm gonna do a 2020
I
version.
love that Trapjaw. He just
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a 2020 version.
so he's going to be more soy or what?
Yeah, this kind of like akin to the New Warriors.
Prince Adam's already got the pink. Maybe just carries it over to He-Man now. Yeah, he's adding that ink in there. So yeah, I'm not that brave right now.
Aw,
Love that Trapjaw face though.
thanks.
He-Man, so my He-Man will be Fluid
I
Man.
think it just reminds me of Bull from Night Court.
Did you guys hear my joke? Come on, I put a lot of work.
No,
I missed it.
My 2020 He-Man is no longer He-Man. It's going to be Fluid Man. No?
Oh, I get it now. It took me a while. Gender fluid.
Dang the Robo-Wing, I didn't catch that.
She-Ra can be Sis-Ra.
That's where things are heading.
Well, we'll see.
I can't find my cat.
I remember growing up dreaming of working for Marvel Comics. Now I'm not so sure anymore. Now it's like, well, do I really want to draw one of those scripts?
Oh my
Not
god!
really.
I thought about that
It
too.
sounds just painful.
Like
I would just
thought
be like, why am I doing this? This is not what I like about comics.
no, I
It's
thought
not what I
about
like
that
about
too.
anything.
It's like if my back was to the wall and I needed to make a living, would I do it? And I don't know if I can answer that question. I don't know. Like
My
I honestly
hand, I don't know
if
if my
that would
hand
be
would
good.
actually move, you know?
Yeah, I don't. I honestly do not know if that would be good or bad for my career. Like if it came to that, if I had to draw that book.
Do you guys know of Terrific Productions?
No.
Have you heard of them? Well,
Why?
they're super cringy. And I almost
Terrific
worked.
Productions.
Yeah. They own the rights to Youngblood now. Okay, if you guys don't know of it, then I probably shouldn't even talk about it. But let's just say I was maybe going to work with them, but I figured maybe it'd be bad for my career because it's so, and it probably would have been. So, yeah. Because they're pretty well disliked.
Terrific. I had to step away for a second, Dan.
Do you know of them? They own the rights to Youngblood now?
I don't know of them, but yeah, I did hear something about Rob Liefeld losing the Youngblood thing, or something like that. So Terrific now owns it.
Yeah, and it's ran by this guy who's just cringy as all hell, and he just doesn't seem trustworthy. And it's, Liefeld doesn't want anything to do with Youngblood or any of that. And I don't know.
But didn't Liefeld create?
Yeah, but
find a way to write, or what?
because he doesn't have the rights anymore, he's
Oh.
disowned them.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
But yeah, they're in like what's that? It's not Bleeding Cool. Oh, it is Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool is always talking shit about them.
Oh, really?
They're getting a lot of bad press.
Terrific or
They
Bleeding
haven't.
Cool?
Terrific.
Okay.
They haven't published a book yet, and all this stuff. And I was just like, I feel like maybe it would have actually hurt my career. Not that you could really hurt my career right now. It'd be hard to do.
It's interesting because nowadays the landscape of the comic scene is so different than even what it was 10 years ago. Where, you would legitimately have to tiptoe around subjects because the end goal is to be hired by one of the big two, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's not even the end goal anymore. It's a goal, but it's more like a stepping stone. And the ultimate goal is to do well on your own as a self-publisher with your own characters.
I agree. That is kind of.
So I think the future is creator-owned, and I've been thinking
I believe so too. I think Marvel and DC has pretty much done everything they can do. I mean, I still like DC, but I actually haven't bought a comic in a long time. But yeah, like we were saying, I asked myself, would I even want to? I don't know. It depends on the script. If I was drawing Venom, I'd love to, right? But
sure.
I just got a message. Jason is Nope 42.
Do I know Jason?
You got to know Jason. I think you only know him because of you. I think he might have showed up to that. Remember that first time we had a? Well, it was my first time having a table at. I don't know if it's Spring Con or Fall Con, but
Is
I
Jason
think he
local?
came to your table. He's from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Cool guy. I'm sure he's. I think he's talked to you before, Tom. I wouldn't. I would think he has, anyways.
Hello,
but-
Jason.
Yeah, cool guy.
Well, anyone who knows you guys is cool in my book.
Mhm. I don't know. Where Marvel really pissed me off is they made Wolverine gay. What
What?
the hell is that about?
Wait, what? Did I hear that right?
Yeah,
Wolverine or Iceman?
Wait,
Dude,
well, I knew about
Wolverine-
Iceman.
they strongly hinted to a sexual relationship between Cyclops and Wolverine.
They hinted at.
You're lying,
I swear to God,
dude. You got
dude, Wolverine, the best character of all time.
I think you might want to check into that, Dan.
No, I know what I said. He's the best of all time. He's the best there is at what he does. That's for sure.
and he does guys.
And yeah, he does Cyclops now.
He's the best at it.
That's when it's like, come on, you guys, really?
Seriously, I
Wolverine now?
don't want
I
to be
mean,
that guy, but
can there be any testosterone?
I don't want to be that guy, Dan, but I need a source on this because I've never heard this.
Yeah, check it out.
Well,
It
Check-
just
Dan, you can't say check it out and not provide any links.
You can't leave me hanging like
dude.
that.
All anyone probably has to do is Google it, and it'll be like, here. I will take the time to find a link here to prove it. I'm surprised, Jeremy, you didn't hear about that.
No, I haven't. Because I'm also buying X-Men books, and I'm pretty sure he's not gay.
Yeah, because like,
He's not gay. That's the thing about it, but
oh,
he is
So they
now. He's
wait, I'm confused. Is he or is he not?
Jesus Christ, Dan, you give me fucking headaches all the time. You know that.
I mean, just Google it. You're gonna find articles.
No, you
Jonathan
Google
Hickman
it.
and Jordan, the editor, Jordan or something. Jordan. Wolverine gay tease with Cyclops. Here. That's true. See, indeed, Nope 42. He's got my back on this. No, he's talking about something else. Never mind. No, he is talking about. He said it's true. Yeah.
I mean, next thing you're gonna tell
Wolverine
me,
gay tease with Cyclops.
Said teased. Teased.
Dude.
Teased.
Read this dialogue, and if they ain't gay, I don't know what's going on.
teased or misinterpreted. Are you sure? I mean, next thing you're gonna tell me, North Star is like straight again. I got to do some research, and then possibly that will be the next week's theme.
Gay Wolverine.
We'll be Cyclops.
Dude, it's right here. I wish I could get it in focus for you guys.
Okay, wait, bring that full screen. Can we do that, Jeremy? Can we make it full screen? I want to actually read this too.
Here, cancel me out, and I'll find out my. Oh well, I don't think it's gonna come into focus.
Dang.
Even Jason says it's true.
Dude, they made Wolverine gay. I'm
Jason
surprised
said
I
that.
didn't hear about
Jason
this
said that
with
before.
Cyclops. Yeah, we won't be able to. Let me see if I can open the image. Download or something.
This is like blowing my mind.
Yeah. Well, that's not all getting blown in these X-Men. I know. So, you know, yeah, I'll try to get a good picture of the exchange of dialogue. Oh, you might as well put on y'all for a moment. Oh, my phone doesn't want to download this image. I've got my, see, it's a smartphone.
It's like thwarting your attempt.
Yeah, it's like that's not canon. That's not canon. No. I'll find something on this. You can. I'll show you the images. They're not too graphic. Here's Cyclops with his hand on Wolverine's shoulder, which isn't really what I'm talking about, but it does kind of.
That's nothing. I drew Colossus with his hand on Wolverine's shoulder.
I know that's Exhibit B. I'll show you Exhibit A here in a
Oh
moment.
my god, I'm gonna have to look this up to prove you wrong. Dan, are you even buying X-Men comics?
No.
Yeah, then you don't know the context of this.
The scenery at this, I'll read the dialogue. Wolverine says, "The scenery at this place is something else." Cyclops says, "It sure is." Wolverine, "Genie in a bikini." And Cyclops says, "Scott in a Speedo." Wolverine says, "Well, who could say no to that?" And Cyclops like, "Great."
I mean, he could be just like saying that, like joking.
I know.
Come on, Dan. Are you like reading too much into this?
I don't think I
the
am.
boy who cried wolf, or should I say the boy who cried Wolverine?
I don't think I'm making it up though.
Yeah, all these
'Cause
articles,
other-
Dan, they're all opinion articles. They're not official. None of this is true.
I wish
You wish it was.
I wish it wasn't true, but it's
It's not
strongly
true.
hinted at.
Oh my god, I'm ready to kick you out.
Have you been reading these? Have you been
Yes,
reading
I buy the X-Men
Okay.
books. He's not fucking gay.
I'm gonna go with you. Say that it's because I don't want to get kicked out. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
No,
Dan,
but
the way
I
you're
hope
going-
he's not gay.
Dan, the
I
way
hope
you're
he's
going about it, it almost seems like you want him to be.
I want you guys to believe that he is.
Why?
And that I'm not full of, because I'm not full. So I'm proven not to be full of shit.
Dude. You've been
Full of shit your whole life.
you've been proven foolish for like the past 2 hours and 28 minutes.
All right, but I recommend Googling it. I mean, everyone's.
And I recommend you buying the past 9 issues of X-Men. And maybe House of X and Powers of 10 to back it up.
Well, not everyone has $50 to spare just to buy, just to prove a point. Is torrent still a thing?
Yes. Anyway,
I'm sitting here reading articles about it. Like,
Seven
I, I mean, it is true that they kind of leave it up to the viewer or whoever reads it. They could just be joking, but things are getting a little weird.
This is what happens when we get stir crazy from being inside, you know. You know what you may have come up with, Dan? You may have come up with like probably one of the most genius storylines that could happen right now. Maybe we should make Wolverine gay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. They're all going to be.
Well, how about as a matter of now? We don't have time.
I think Dan wants it to be true.
Given context of some of the creators behind it, I believe it is true.
All right.
I believe it to be true. I think that.
Do a Facebook survey.
I think they did their best to make it ambiguous as to whether it's true or not.
Well, what would the point be to making it ambiguous? I mean,
Well, they don't want to piss off fans, but they want to be cool. Or something like that. And nothing wrong with being gay, but I just never saw that character as being gay. Because, I mean, he was a player back in the day, you know, some Mystique there, some Jean Grey somewhere, some...
yeah, wasn't he? He's kind of
Who else did he? Yeah, Spiral. No, actually, I read a comic where Mystique was transformed to look like Spiral, and she was getting it on with Wolverine.
Didn't.
I mean, they didn't show it or anything, but you know, that was back in the day.
Didn't he nail like Rogue and Jubilee at the same time as well? Or? It's just a question.
Jeremy, are you looking it up?
No.
Okay, I'm done with my Magneto here.
Ooh, very nice. I like the green background.
It's just a very basic corporate job.
That's badass.
Now I need to move on. I don't even know who to do next.
Moira McTaggart.
Moira McTaggart. Okay. I mean, I can for the set. As I'm doing this set, I'm realizing that DC has much more interesting characters. Because I'm running out of characters that I like really want to draw that, you know, that I really need to get out of my system. Of course, the Spider-Man characters I have to get out of my system. But then after that, I don't really care too much.
Yeah, I saw you're doing some Alpha Flight.
Yeah,
Right. You
so
did,
I did what's that face? What's
I
that?
can't
dude?
even remember his name right now.
Guardian.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did the female Guardian too. Somewhere. Here, I'll do Nightcrawler. I'll show you my female. I was gonna post a female one, but I don't know. I like that the male version. I did a little bit better, but I'll throw it up here anyway for fun. Here's the female Guardian.
Ooh. Rrrr.
already started inking the Nightcrawler, just for full disclosure.
Oh, there we go.
Awesome. It's not an easy angle to draw a face on.
No, it takes a few. It definitely takes a few attempts to kind of get the hang of the directions of the angles and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not a standard angle for sure. I could probably talk for an hour on how little tricks I've learned to make that angle easier. But it's one of those things. But Nightcrawler is kind of fun to draw. I never minded drawing Nightcrawler. I think at this point, coming close to the deadline, I'm trying to avoid complicated suits. I always kind of default to the real simple outfits and designs.
Like Black Tom Cassidy or
Yeah, Black Panther, or something easy.
You're not going to
Gay
do
Wolverine.
Strife.
What was that?
Strife.
Stripe. I thought about Stripe because I'd never drawn Stripe before. But it's like, at this point, I just don't care about drawing all that armor shit. I did draw Cable, though. But, I mean, when you're drawing, shoulders up, I don't have to show too much.
Matt. How's your audio situation?
That Rio Blast is cool. I don't remember the tubes out of his arms, but that was a
Damn
long
it.
time ago.
I think I'm borrowing it off of that classic line you guys were talking about from 2012 you said, or something like that.
Oh,
A
that's
little
what
bit
you
of new
okay.
school and a little bit of old school.
Puppy.
Yeah, just,
Showcase the puppy, then we can get more views.
cuties.
Puppy.
He's growing, huh? Or she? Is it he?
It's a she. Yeah, she's over twice as big as when we picked her up at the end of March. So. Man, they grow so fast. But she won't get much bigger. They're small dogs, so.
Vintage head tubes as a part of his arm. Thanks, Nope 42. I don't have that one anymore. That was 30 plus years ago. I don't remember.
Tubes as part of his arm. Who? Stinkor?
Rio Blast.
Oh, wow. He can put it up on the screen.
Yeah, I think they were sculpted on his arms.
I imagine that's where the ammunition comes from.
He's like Cowboy He-Man, Marshall Bravestar before there was a Marshall Bravestar.
I was telling Matt earlier that I think because Filmation
Marshall Bravestar was awesome.
put out the Bravestar cartoon, that Rio Blast would have been the character that connected the two universes together.
Rad.
I'm just kind of adding lines. Just because I don't want to get into inking it. So I'll just sit here, add details. Oh gosh, I missed a bunch of spots here. Hey Jeremy, can I get a look at your stuff? It looked really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, I would imagine that would take a while for you to ink, considering how detailed and tight you pencil. But you know what that means? That means this party goes till midnight.
No.
Knock on the door. I'm gonna mute myself for a moment.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to take a pee break.
He's framing it and everything. A silent stream.
Oh yeah, I probably should have checked on that. I muted Tom. Dan muted himself.
I've been getting the roboing again, so I've just been kind of
No.
trying to catch it. Yeah, I might have to try and set my laptop up next time. So I'm just the phone is. Becky might be playing Final Fantasy upstairs. I don't know if that gets in on the Wi-Fi and drains it or not.
Yeah, I don't know what actually
I've never had
causes
this
all
problem before. But it's not happening to you guys, so I'm hoping it doesn't affect the stream. It's just me on my end.
No, everything's good over here.
So yeah, it's just something with my little janky setup. Can't be the Wi-Fi signal. I'm sitting like 2 feet from it, so. You're in the show. Everyone can hear and see you.
And Dan muted himself.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
you sound more clear, so it must be when they're at it or something. That's what's. Oh, it's an older iPhone, so could be just aged out. It's freaking awesome. Y'all are so talented.
Aw, thanks, man.
Thanks, Matt.
Guys, I'm in such great company. Thank you
Yeah,
Thank
my
you
son's just
for
was
being
just
with me.
going nuts. I want to ink this thing, but I'm not going to do that live here.
Come
You got-
on, man.
You got 20 minutes to ink it.
20 minutes? I say more like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay up later. I'm drinking Diet Coke.
Man, you gotta do bang energy drinks, man. It's like my crack.
I might get back to drinking some energy drinks. I mean, if it helps me stay awake. Late. My voice still going nuts. I'm sorry. I might have to mute myself again. Maybe I'll just do a quick headshot of some character from O2.
Nick Corey wants that piece, Dan.
Ooh, Dan's got a loyal customer. That's great. Or is it a plant?
It's filling this wall.
Thanks, Nick.
But Jeremy, you actually brought out the markers and
Yeah, so nope. I don't did when did PowerCon announce that they canceled? Because I seen that they're doing their online pre-sale for that 5-pack of figures for non-attendees.
It's canceled.
Yeah.
Well, that means Jeremy won't see his best buddy, Val Staples.
Well, I've not seen him in 9 years, maybe.
We're going to make it 10 now.
Nah, 7 years.
I'm running low on a few colors. I might have to stock up on them.
I want that. Well, I'm probably going to get it, but that what is it, 4 or 5-pack of figures that they're putting out? That's pretty cool, but not at that price. There's a like a 5-pack of the new He-Man figures that they're releasing,
Yeah.
and they're charging like $200 for this 5-pack.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where can you get it? Just online only, or what?
Oh, as of right now, it's going to be online, like for PowerCon. But the things individually, I think they're going to retail for like $15 or $20 a piece.
Yeah.
And then they got the balls to charge $200 for this.
Yeah, that's a little too crazy.
that Evelyn.
Oh, nice, Evelyn. I gotta do a pillow fight version of Evelyn, Tila, and Sorceress.
Throw in Shadow Weaver just for good measure. Keep the cloak, but then have her like in bikini.
Yeah. Or how about He-Man's mom, the Queen,
Queen Marlena.
whatever her name is, I forgot.
Marlena was hot.
I forgot what she even looked like.
He-Man's mom.
He-Man's mom.
Martha. Oh wait, wrong one.
Marlena.
How about She-Ra? Didn't they make She-Ra like totally like change her costume to like a kid-friendly like boy shorts or something like that? I read somewhere.
Yep.
She's not like sexy woman anymore. When I was a kid, I used to like be really confused about why they called her She-Ra. Like if she's the female version of He-Man, why didn't they call her She-Woman? She-Ra.
Or She-Man.
She-Man.
Well, the new one could be She-Man.
It's ma'am.
She-Man? She-Man. Like that Mike Grell. We could do a new Mike Grell comic book. She-Man's Tears. Remember that from Image?
What is it?
Remember that Mike Grell book from Image, Shaman's Tears?
Oh,
No.
Shaman's Tears. Yeah, yeah.
I'm in a shaman. I don't know how to say that. But forget it. Never mind now.
Too much pressure. I remember Trencher.
Trencher. I remember Archer and Armstrong.
Ooh, the gorilla.
Turok, Ninjak, all the classic Valiant.
Holy cow.
Magnus Robot Fighter. Who am I missing? Harbinger. Hard Corpse. Corpse.
Bloodshot.
Corps. Bloodshot.
Exo Manowar.
Exo Manowar.
Bloodstrike.
Ryan the Future Force. Remember when those
Nexus.
books were like hot for no reason back in the early to mid 90s? Like I never understood back then why they were so hot. You know, when the thing back then was just Image, you know, and Marvel stuff and DC, and then out of nowhere, like in Wizard magazine, you had Valiant like being like the most wanted comics ever, with like subpar characters and art that I didn't care for. Solar, man, that Solar dude, Solar or whatever,
Solar, Man of the Atom.
Man of the Atom.
Yeah, that was a an
Yep.
older comic though.
It's like
That was
Cyclops.
from where's when is it?
Malibu.
Oh yeah, but
Was it from Malibu? Or?
yeah, but it was an older book from like the old Gold Key era.
I actually met the
Oh
artist.
yeah, Magnus Robot Fighter.
Yeah, Magnus Robot Fighter. Magnus Robot Fighter. His 25th issue was like a silver foil. I remember. How's that? You remember the big crossover between Image Comics and Valiant? What did they call that?
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
what was that called? Deathmate.
Deathmate. Yes.
We forgot about.
Deathmate. Yeah.
Did we get Turok in that list?
Yes.
Yeah. Solar Man of the Atom.
Deathmate Black.
That was from Gold Key. Back in the '60s.
Why did Maul have hair in that?
What?
Maul's hair is sticking out.
Maul from
He's
Wildcats?
Gambit or something.
It's weird that I have this like near me.
That's Maul in the back, right?
Yeah. Sorry, my son's been going nuts.
Holy
So
crap! Maul has hair. I
he
did not
did for
know
this
that.
issue. Remember how you said a lady was going to name her kid Megatron?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you mentioned Turok. When they made the Turok video games, I guess at some point they were offering $10,000 to anyone who would name their child Turok.
How much money?
10,000.
Oh, that's not enough.
I figure you can always change the name after the
I
fact
suppose. Yeah, I mean that money could be used
and make a
for-
profit.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if that's allowed in the rules.
I would name my son Turok just because I like those video games. Can't say I haven't read any of the comics.
So, Evelyn, shall I show you my Havoc staff?
Wow, that's excellent.
That's pretty good.
That is
Holy shit. She's well endowed.
I just it's automatic for me. I don't know. I'm just a pervert. I can't help it.
Hey. Nothing wrong with that.
Like I said, I've been attracted to women from a very young age.
And like I said, now it's a different story.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm the same way though. It's weird because I thought
I have to read too,
I
so-
thought girls were cute ever since as long as I could remember, like when I was like 4.
I had a crazy crush on my kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, I had a crush on like all the girls in my class and all my teachers, even like the old ugly ones. Man, I was so girl crazy.
You know, I would have, if I had it my way, I would have married my kindergarten teacher. Could you imagine if that came true? I mean, she'd be like 30 years older than me.
No, I mean, geez, I remember I had a crush on my kindergarten teacher for a short time, and she must have been already 70 at the time. And then, like, my first grade teacher, I had a crush on her, but she was like more like, you know, in her 30s. So, but I remember when I was in 7th and 8th grade, my French teacher was like legitimately hot. And she was in her mid 20s, and she was literally from France. And I don't know.
Wee wee.
Yeah, no, she was really, really beautiful.
Do you guys know that Evelyn has short white hair?
Well, I do.
Short what hair? Oh no!
Short white hair. Speaking of old ladies, huh?
Oh my gosh! You just totally ruined my fantasy.
I thought your name was Evelyn.
But yeah, you mentioned Shadow Reaver. Is that the name? Do I get that right, Jeremy?
Shadow Weaver.
She's hot.
Shadow Weaver.
She's hot. Anything could be going on underneath there, you know?
Looks like a ghost.
So is this? I hate to assume, but is this the start of our new online studio called Furry Studios?
Fury.
Fury Furries.
Furious Furries. Well, that's a good place to stop.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, I'm going to abruptly end this. We've gone 3 hours.
All right.
All
Okie
right.
dokie.
So thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks. everyone.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yep.
Thanks. Jim.
Bye.
Bye, guys.